Okay everybody, welcome back to part 4 of Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King, and in today's episode we're gonna explore the village of Alexandria here. But before we do, we're gonna visit the shopkeep here, or the shopkeepers, and yeah, we have some really nice items here. The first item is a leather kilt, which only Genghis can equip, which he would gain 4 defense from. The scaled armor here would boost the hero 2's defense by 6, which is also very nice. However, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the scale shield here. It boosts the hero's defense by 3 and Genghis' by 5. And on top of that, in the future, you will be able to use the scale shield to craft even stronger items. So it is definitely in your best interest to buy at least one of these shields. You'll find one out when you're out exploring later, but at least one for now. And yeah, there's no need buying 2. So, yeah, or well, do it if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. 1 is more than enough. So, and yeah, I did buy it for Trude, even though he benefited the least from it. But keep in mind, now we can trade off the pot lid from Yangs and give him the leather shield instead. So, yeah, he gained a small boost there, even though he didn't get a new shield here. However, in this shop, we will be able to purchase the stone axe, which I cannot afford. Wow, 550 gold. You know what? We're gonna need to sell some of our things here. Yeah, we're gonna have to liquefy some of our stuff. Let's see. Yeah, let's get rid of the cheese and let's see what else. Let's get rid of the copper sword, I guess. Not gonna need that. And with that, we should be good. But see, this is what I mean, or what I meant back in episode 1 when I said you really have to be penny pinching in this game. Like, money goes really quickly. Like, seriously fast. But there you go, now we have a new shield and a stone axe, and remember, even though Genghis is mainly going to be fighting with his hands, for now here in the early game, that stone axe that we just bought is a really nice purchase. And yeah, also, we're gonna start leveling up axes not too far off in the future, because the X tree is a lot of fun, but the X tree mainly focuses on killing bosses, whilst the fisticuff tree is better when you're out fighting regular enemies. So yeah, we don't really have any too bad bosses here in the early game, so I would more like I would more like to focus on leveling up his fist fighting so he can deal with regular enemies. I think that's more important since we don't have any, well, scary bosses to worry about. So, let's see here. This lady says, the jewels in the eyes of Alexandria statue are so beautiful that you sort of lose yourself in them. I wonder what she's talking about. Well, we'll find out eventually, dear viewers. And here we have this bulky man working the fields. The heir of the great Albert family, Alistair, was murdered over in the Eastern Tower. I reckon it was the doing of some thief in there after the statue of Alexandria, huh? Well, let's see here. It looks like they are, well, planting salad. I don't know. Salad heads. Oh yeah, we have another well here, but there is nothing down there. You can jump down and check it out if you want to, but yeah. I just know that there is nothing down there. There's nobody to talk to. Well, obviously, or well, I'd hope so. There is nobody to talk to down in the well. That would be creepy. But yeah, nobody to talk to and nothing to loot. And yeah, let's see here. This little lady here. My dad says that women like Miss Jessica are really wah-wah-woom. Wink? What do you think he means? I wonder if I can be wah-wah-woom. Oh, you're adorable, but, you gotta give it another 12 years, perhaps. At least. But yeah, see, that's such a funny little piece of dialogue there. And you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and rest in here, because we are depleted on mana. And if we rest until it's evening, yeah, we get a funny piece of dialogue in that little girl's house. So yeah, I'm gonna go and visit them at nighttime. Let's see here. Oh wow, wait, hold on a minute. Do we have a drunk here? I think so. Typically, the muscular guy or the muscle guys are drunk, but yeah, that guy was just gurgling. Oh, these are the shopkeep. Oh. Miss Jessica was always following her brother around, even when she was really small. She can seem a bit tough. She can seem to be a bit of a tough nut at times, but deep down, she's actually quite timid. Okay, that's nice. And here we have some books. You know what? We haven't read too many books here. Let's try it. It's a quarterly journal called King of Adventure. Newsflash, you can get different information from the same people depending on whether it's day or night. It's like a town has two faces. And remember this, the thing you hear may not sound particularly important at first, but you never know what may come in handy later on. Sure thing. Well, you know, I don't really know if that's true though, like, yeah, sure there are different pieces of dialogue in day and night cycles, or in the day and night cycles, but I don't really think that it's anything too exciting or benefiting to you, the player. And this here is not the little girl's house, this here is some other house, but yeah, we haven't looted this family yet, so you know what? I'm gonna loot them too. Ooh, Chimera Wing, that's pretty nice. Let's see. Nice stuff there. And an empty dish. I don't actually know the word for that in English. Empty dish... dish bench? I have no idea. I don't understand. Only people from our village are supposed to be able to open the door to the Eastern Tower, so how did the killer get inside? How, I say? Everyone's saying it must have been a thief, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, so let's see. This guy too, much like the fatso in Fairbury, is just sitting at the table whilst the lady's doing the dishes there. We only go to the Eastern Tower once a year on Alexandra's Day, a holy day when there are no monsters about. It's still quite a way off, but my father's already down in the dumps about not being able to go this year. Okay, well, let's see here now. Let's just head on to the family I want to visit, and then we're gonna move up into the mansion there. Although, I think there's a guard in the way right now, so we probably can't enter during the night. Listen to this. I just saw a man at the Albert Mansion claiming to be Miss Jessica's fiancé. How can a slimy-looking character like him be marrying her? I just don't believe it. It can't be true. I think that guy has a thing for Miss Jessica, wouldn't you say? And, whoops, not there either. Yeah, here. This is where they live. The family I want to visit. Yeah, the man who works the field lives here too, I believe. Or, well, obviously. Well, just whatever. Yeah, see here. Here she lives. And here he lives. Let's talk to him first. A few. Okay. And then you talk to her. Dude, that's so silly. I love it though, but that's so silly. What's her mom saying? She's just repeating. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go to the inn and sleep. And then, when it's daytime, we'll visit the mansion. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I rested up at the inn, and now it's time to head on up here to the Albert family mansion. And there are a lot of nice items in here to loot, most importantly a seed of magic. Welcome to the... well, wait, what did she say? Albert family residence, yeah. Okay, well, in we go. Okay, so, let's see, let's talk to the guard. There was never any need for a guard here in the past. I was hired just after Master Alistair died, so I'm still quite new here. Really? That doesn't mean I'll be putting up with any shenanigans, though. Make sure you behave inside the mansion, do you hear? Yeah? Yeah, he's quite nicely geared, actually. It would probably be a tough fight. Yeah, and by the looks of it, he has an iron spear, so yeah, he would actually, by default, deal more damage than I do. So yeah, he would probably be pretty tough. Ooh, and a closet in here. Damn it. Nothing in there. Okay, well, let's just move on then. It's so nice here in the early game, though. Like, there aren't too many rooms to loot. It's quite chill, actually. Once we get to the bigger towns, I'm gonna get a headache running around and try to get all items. To be honest, I never really did like Miss Jessica all that much. Don't tell anyone I said that, though. No, you shouldn't talk up. You shouldn't badmouth your quote-unquote master here. Like, what the heck? No. No, she's all alone. Yeah, okay, so at least she feels somewhat bad for Jessica there, even though she doesn't particularly like her. And, some very iffy portraits here, to say the least. And another thing, like here in the early game, they don't really decorate the houses too much. It becomes a lot nicer in future towns, I noticed. But yeah, let's talk to this maid. Let's see. Ooh, are you travelers? What a life that must be. I wish I could leave all this behind and go off myself. Well, you would be welcome to join us. As long as you can fight, anyway. Listen to me. If the mistress heard me, I'd be out on my ear. I have never heard that expression before. Then I'd have no choice but to travel. Well, let's just move on. Oh, okay, so now we're moving up, and I'm actually having a few drinks here now, so yeah, I'm quite relaxed. This is very nice. And yeah, here we have the suitor, or, you know, the bachelor who is trying to swoon, or, yeah, impress Jessica there. And he's quite a looker, just look at him. Oh, congratulations, you have the great pleasure of meeting you had the great pleasure of meeting I, the world-famous poet Lorenzo. Not only am I the son of the Chancellor to a large and prosperous kingdom, but I am also the lovely Jessica's fiancé. Yes, that's me. She's lost her brother recently, so I came here today to comfort her, but I seem to be faced with an unexpected obstacle to our love. There are some brats in front of her room who won't let me in. Ah, the sea of true love is strewn with the flotsam of despair. But I shall crest the waves of adversity and find harbor in my lady's bosom. Flotsam, yeah, I think that's, yeah, debris on the water. Usually wooden pieces of debris, something like that. But yeah, he used very fancy words, I could barely follow that myself. Okay, allow me to introduce myself. I am Rosalind Albert. Sadly, my family is currently in the mourning. No one is permitted to set foot outside the house. Oh, I'm afraid that my daughter is less than happy about this arrangement and has confined herself in her room. She even asked those boys to stand guard at the door. I'm sure I don't know what's gotten in. Or I sure don't know what's gotten into here. Okay. So yeah, if you try and talk to these boys now, they won't let you inside of Jessica's room. So we're gonna do something about that. And it's actually quite simple. All you gotta do is head on in through here. And yeah, before we move on further, we actually gotta loot. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's see here. So, the Wayfarer clothes, you could actually have bought these in Fairbury for 70 gold. But yeah, see, by now, like, they are worse than the boxer shorts and they are worse than the leather armor. In case you didn't buy the leather armor or any armor in Fairbury, that is actually quite a nice find that you get a upgrade for free there. And okay, nothing of value here. And okay, yeah, here we have some items to loot. And in here you also get the Seed of Magic, which is once again the only important item to get in this town here, or village. No. No, wait, we're gonna read that text in a bit. I accidentally clicked there. I did not mean to do that. I'm gonna talk to this girl first. And there we have it, the Seed of Magic. And yeah, the Seed of Magic increases your mana by like 3 to 4 points whenever you use it. And since I'm gonna be using a lot of spells here on Yangs in the upcoming future, I'm gonna give it to him since he has very poor magic growth. Oh, nice, we'll roll a 4. That is quite nice. Okay, so I'm very happy. You could probably make a save state before using the seeds, but yeah, that would be, I mean, almost unnecessary. It's just 1 point more or 1 point less, like 3 or 4. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you probably could do that.
Look out! It isn't safe here. Why do I have to deal with it? Oh.
Oh. Eek! A mouse! Eek! Okay. Oh, I'm too drunk for this. What the heck? I'm sorry, guys.
See? See? Did you see it? Just now.
Yeah, I saw it. Didn't you hear me scream?
What am I going to
Bitch.
do? Jessica's room is on the other side of that wall. Oh dear.
Okay, I gotta dial it back a little bit. Yeah. I'm definitely a little bit intoxicated here, as I'm sure you can tell. Yeah, I'll dial it back. That was quite silly. A little bit too silly, perhaps. But yeah, you gotta send on Munchie in through that hole there, and now we're actually, no, we're inside of Jessica's room here. So we're gonna use Munchie and we're gonna do some somersaults here, just for good measure, and we're gonna run down the stairs here. The stairs, yeah. And, well, okay, I was going to try and look around in the room, but you can't do that whilst you're in the mouse form. And yeah, the game is very nice there, it even pans over what you need to do. There is her bed, and yeah, she's got a really nice room, I gotta say. This stair is kind of dangerous, though. You could very easily fall over and hurt here. Jeez. What the heck? And yeah, see, you gotta climb on up here on the broom, and it's a little bit finicky. Jeez. Okay, come on, let's try it again. Dude, what the heck? I don't think I've ever fallen off twice here. Dude, seriously? Okay, there you go, finally. Pick up the piece of paper, that was... yeah, that was annoying. We obtained the letter. And now we just gotta bring that letter back to... Tyr. Yeah, you can't talk to this mouse here. That would have been fun if you could. Or amusing, I should say. And now you might ask, well, how the heck do we get back up? Yeah, all you gotta do is run on up here on the side. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And actually, it's quite easy to fall off here. I'm just gonna line myself up here and... yeah, we're in the clear, I think. And yeah, now we gotta run out through the hole again. Yeah, this series is a really easy Munchie puzzle. We will have a few more of these throughout the game, and to be frank, they are all easy, but this is the easiest one. And yeah, there we go. And I'm just gonna skip this. I'll actually cut this out. Okay, so yeah, I'll just cut that out or sped it up or something, but yeah. The letter there, we will be able to, or well, we will hear the contents of the letter soon. So, excuse me, what were you doing here by the wall? That wasn't a mouse, was it? Yeah, it sure was. We let our mouse into her room. But yeah, dude, what was I saying now again? Oh yeah, so yeah, I just made that cut there because we're gonna need to give the boys here the letter, and then they will have to read it for us. So instead of listening to it twice over, I thought we would just listen to it once here. Lady Rosalind and this bloke called Francois, fiancé or something, have gone downstairs for lunch. I wonder what kind of things the Albert family eat. You know what, we should go and look for him. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry about before, but not sorry enough to let you through here. I'm under orders, see. Jessica said she doesn't want to see anyone, so I can't let people through. What? She's not in her room? Ha! I knew you were dodgy from the first moment I saw you. Don't think you can put one over... Don't you think you can put one over on me? There's no way she's not in her room. So prove it. You can't just say something like that without proof. Are you a complete thicko or what? Aha, but we do have proof. We have the letter here from Jessica. So yeah, now it's time to listen to it.
I don't know who will find this letter, but please consider it my last will and testament. For by the time you read this, I will already be gone. I am going to the tower in the east. I will not return until my brother's death is avenged. Mother, I'm sorry for the damage I've caused to our family's reputation. But this is about something far bigger than tradition. I must follow my heart, no matter the consequences. Please forgive me. And to Bangers and Mash, I'm sorry for lying to you. I hope you'll forgive me as well. Signed, Jessica.
What? A letter from Jessica? No way! You're lying! She's been in her room the whole time! So how could she give you a letter?
I dunno. It sounds sort of real to me.
Okay, fine. I'll check her room. But if I'm right, you better leave and never come back. Got it? Right, just wait here. No running away now.
Ow! What the heck?
Hey, she is gone.
Poor Mash. Oh, yes.
Give me that letter. This is definitely Jessica's handwriting. But if she really did go to the tower, she'll end up just like her brother, Alistair. This is bad. This is really bad. We've got to do something. We've got to get her out of there. You! This is partly your fault. So, I'll open the door to the tower. You go in and get her. Got it? Okay. We've got to hurry. To get to the tower, go left down the path outside the village. Oh, one more thing. I'll leave the monsters to you lot. Listen, Mash. Whatever you do, don't let Jessica's mum find out where she went.
Yes, sir, Bangers.
Good. Come on. We've got to hurry.
Okay, so we gotta chase after Jessica. And apparently she went to the Tower of Alexandria, and yeah, she is apparently too looking for her brother's murderer, so yeah. Out we go. And I think, let me just look here. Yeah, I think we're good on medicinal herbs. I could go back and rest up so that Yangus gets more mana, but I don't think that will be necessary. Oh damn, I forgot to check, yeah, I forgot to check on the guy. And this guy is new in town too. I'm a peddler, I travel without selling my wares. I came through the western checkpoint to get here. It was very strange, it looked like it had been broken open by some kind of terrifying force. I wonder what it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back up and check out the kitchen, and I'll cut back. Okay, so I did find Lorenzo. They said he would be down in the kitchen eating, but yeah, no, he was up here again. Well, so now there is only one of you. Does that mean you're going to let me into Jessica's room at last? No, no way! Miss Jessica says she still doesn't want to see anybody. Huh, that's interesting. I've actually never read that dialogue in particular. But yeah, okay. I'll see you outside the gates. Okay, so now we're outside of Alexandria, and hold on a minute, guys. Okay, there we go, I'm back. So, yeah, I just looked very briefly at the map here. So, yeah, out there, or over there, is the Tower of Alexandria. That's actually where we need to go right now. But before we go there, there is a chest containing 100 gold that I'm gonna go ahead and grab. And yeah, these... Oh, look at the damage by the stone axe. But yeah, see, if you had leveled up axes on Jaggers and you got the axe now, like, yeah, he would be dealing even more damage, and he would also have the Helm Splitter move. But yeah, as strong as he is now, the Fisticuff skills, or the Fisticuff tree is gonna be better for dealing with regular enemies. You're just gonna have to have faith that it's gonna work out better with that instead of with X's. You'll see what I mean in due time, viewers. And yeah, over there we have the bullfink. I think it's called the cowboy. You really don't want to fight him right now. He is really strong. He might not be as strong as that guy Haxzilla that we saw back outside of Fairbury, but he's pretty damn close in terms of strength. And whenever the cowboy hits you, he has a chance of putting your character to sleep, which is really scary. Like, if you're put to sleep, well, then the fight is pretty much lost if you're not tanky enough, you know, to tank more than 1 or 2 hits from him. So, yeah. We will come back there once we have we will come back to him once we have gotten a few level ups. And, ooh, 5 skill points. You know what? We're gonna put it all into fisticuffs. And, ooh, now he has a higher % chance of landing critical hits when he's unarmed. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Still not enough for me to want to put on the axe, though. Or, well, put off the axe, I should say. And up over here we have the chest I was talking about, the 100 gold. So, yeah, just before the Tower of Alexandria, just head off the road and run up north here. And, yeah, you'll find it. It's not too hard to find. Ooh, and here we have a new enemy. The Fungal. They can actually put your entire party to sleep. So, hopefully, Jagus will chop it down. I hope so. Okay, good. Now the hero should be able to take him out here. And luckily, he didn't use his sleeping spores to put us to sleep there. Ouch. But as you can see, enemies deal a lot more damage here. And there you go. Yeah, as I said, the fencing foxes know how to use the healing spell, so that is quite annoying to deal with. But, yes, exactly what I hoped was going... exactly what I hoped for did happen. And there we go. He's out. He's out of here. Ooh, 53 experience! That is crazy, dude. This is so much fun, actually. I'm having so much fun right now. 2 this level increases to 8, 3 HP, 3 MP, 2 strength, and 3 skill points. And I think we're gonna get a passive damage buff for boomerangs. Now I'm actually gonna go ahead and put all points in here. He's now a baby boomer, okay. Tourist attack increases by 5 when he's equipped with a boomerang. That, my friends, is really, really nice. So, yeah, he's gonna deal even more damage with boomerangs now. And once you get up to 25 points into boomerang, you will get plus 10 attack. So, yeah, once I'm at that point, I'm gonna start focusing on swords instead. But yeah, for now, you know, I'm gonna be using boomerangs the entire game on him, so I want to have at least plus 10, you know, for him, so that he has some bonus damage with them, you know, because once again, you know, I like using boomerangs, and since I'm gonna be using them the entire game, I do want to have some points into it. Ow! Okay, I guess I'll cut back here. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm about to die here, but yeah, no, that solved itself. Huh. Well, that was a little bit scary. I almost lost my hero there. Yeah, enemies here really do hurt after all. And yeah, let's just get back on the road, and if you run down there, you will get to the beach, and there is another unique monster down there that's actually quite easy to kill. He's called the Family Doctor, but yeah, we'll see him later. For now, we're gonna go into the second dungeon of the game, the Tower of Alexandria. And I love this place, like everything from the music to how it looks, like, yeah. Such a nice, peaceful dungeon. However, the monsters that lurk in here are not very peaceful, or serene, or anything of the kind.
We made it! Jessica's in there! Now, let's get this door open. It's a special door, you know. Only the people of Alexandria know how to open it. Go on. Give it a try if you don't believe me.
Now, here you can choose a couple of things to do. Either you can try opening the door. Actually, I'll make a save state here, and let's show off what happens in both different cases. Like, if you go up here and try and open the door, yeah, this will happen.
See? Told you. Only Alexandrians know how to open this door.
Okay, so let's load the state. And if you, instead of walking up here and try to open the door by yourself, then if you talk to him...
Looks like you trust me. Sorry for doubting you.
Yeah, he will be much happier with you, so I prefer to go with this choice here. However, he will still shoo us away here. I love that.
This is an emergency, so I'll show you how to open the door. But you have to promise never to tell anyone. Okay, here we go. Open sesame! Pretty cool, eh? It opens from the bottom. Well, this is as far as I'm going. I'll head back to the village now. You help Jessica.
I will. Or I'll try, at least. But yeah, I think you only hear this dungeon music twice in the whole damn game. We hear it here, and we will hear it in one dungeon later on in the game. And that's quite a far bit off into the future. Let's see here now. I don't exactly remember. I think there is nothing inside of here, but I'm still gonna check. Ooh, here we have beetle boys. Remember back in the eastern parts of Fairbury, I did warn you guys about beetle boys, I did warn you that beetle boys could appear there. Although back then only one can appear at a time, here they can appear more than one at once. And they're actually quite scary. Luckily I dodged them there though. But they hit hard, they have high defense, and most importantly, they can knock you off your feet when they attack you. And yeah, they also had that attack, I guess. So yeah, they have pretty damn good physical damage. Yeah, scary enemies. If you face them in Fairbury, obviously, like, they are much more dangerous. So even if there is only one of them, it's gonna be much more intimidating. Okay, yeah, so I was right. This here door is locked. We gotta open this one from the inside. We will do so eventually. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so in this room, we're just gonna move on through it, I suppose. Oh my god, and yeah, here we have the most dangerous enemy entire dungeon here. Let's see. The bad thing here is if you just attack, well, you know what, I'll just go ahead and show you what happens. If you attack them, the frogs flip over. And when they flip over, they have much more damage, and they can also belch fire. Yeah, so don't do that, what I just did. It is never a good idea to flip the frogs over, like with a weapon like a boomerang. These here enemies are actually a counter to the boomerang weapon, you know, in order to keep the player from abusing it. So, yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked here now. Oh, good, I flipped them back, yeah. When they are not in their aggressive form, they are much more docile, they don't hurt as much, and they can't spew fire anymore, so, yeah. I will show you a good trick to deal with them, though, if they appear more than one at a time. The frogs, I mean. And, you know, it's quite obvious what you need to do, but, yeah, I'm still gonna show it off. And yeah, I believe they can appear as many as 4 at a time, so yeah, don't toss your boomerang if that happens. And yeah, there is no loot here, I don't think. Actually, let me just check here in a bit, or quickly. Okay, yeah, so I was right, there is no loot in here. Not in this particular room anyway, and here I believe we get the map of the place. The Tower of Alexandria map. So, nope, I did not mean to loot, or yeah, loot the chest again. So now we can actually access the map. And yeah, if you look here, I don't think there is anything on the other side there. And so we're just gonna head on for the map here, or I mean for the stairs, as you can see down there on the south end. We had stairs there, on the eastern side there are none. So, yeah, let's just head on here then. And we have some more enemies, more beetle boys. And they are actually sporting some very nice abs there. Do you see that? What the heck? Okay, good job, Yangs. It could be bad, like, if I get put to sleep and then the beetle boy or the beetle boys just go to ham. Or, yeah, they go to town on me. They go down on me, you know? Well, wouldn't that be a sight for sore eyes? Oh, Nick. I'm so silly, I know. Okay, well... And there are some graves here. Tombstones. Can we read those? Nope, doesn't appear like I can. But yeah, we're just gonna head on up here. And yeah, now we're back here. Like, you recognize where I am, right? Yeah, we just came in from there. Or well, yeah, we went up the stairs there, ran into that room, and we came out on the other side of the courtyard here. So yeah, this here room is just a waste of time. It's just gonna be a... Well, I'll show you. It's just gonna be a dead end. We just were in here, if you remember. Like, yeah, we came from that door there, we went through the room, and so yeah, this here is just barricaded off, so yeah. I just wanted to show that, so nobody doubts me. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and run on through here instead. And in here, and I actually missed this on my first playthrough of the game, like on my very first playthrough back in 2006. I'd never climbed down this ladder here. It's very easy to miss actually. And yeah, we're also gonna go ahead and open this door. This here will act as a shortcut if we die, and actually much later on in the game we're gonna have to come back to this tower, so yeah, it's a good idea to open it for then too, so you make yourself a little shortcut there. 22 gold, not bad. A medicinal herb, 11 gold. And I believe we get a seed of strength down here somewhere. Maybe it's in the chest. A seed of agility. Okay, well, even better. I'm gonna use that on Angelo. I keep calling Yangs Angelo. What the heck? Yeah, I've done that like twice already in this playthrough. Oh, easy. Okay, climb on up. Climb on up. And climb on up here. Okay, so we're pretty much halfway on through here already. Yeah, once again, the dungeons, especially here in the early game, they are quite small. And yeah, there ain't much to them. Okay, and by the way, don't walk off here. You're actually gonna fall down, I promise you. Yeah, don't do that. You would have to do everything over again. Even though the dungeon is small, doesn't mean you want to run through it again, I assume. Okay, well, we can pick either path here, yeah. This is a silly puzzle. Well, it isn't much of a puzzle, but you just gotta go up to these things. Press X and voila! You're on through. And I beat the Beetle Boys, and it's time to heal again, yeah. Lots of healing in this dungeon. Let's see. Now where to? Can I... Okay, there is a stair up here, but... Let's see. I just want to see. Yeah, no pots here, so let's just head on up. And... Oh yeah, this here is what I was thinking about. Okay, so... I checked my notes, and we want to go on through this one first. And here we have some heal slimes, huh? We haven't seen these guys yet, but yeah, if these guys are coupled with the frog faces, yeah, then that could be bad. If that happens, you just gotta unequip your boomerang, or actually, never mind, you don't have to do that, but you should try to focus on the heal slimes, you know, for obvious reasons. They die pretty easily, and yeah, if you don't kill them, they will just heal the frog faces, which would be bad. And yeah, there you go. And they heal quite a bit too. I think they heal up towards 30 HP, so yeah, don't sleep on them. They are really annoying if they are paired with stronger enemies. And also they have built-in increased chance of dodging your attacks too, I believe. So if you get unlucky, that could also be annoying. But here's the catch though. Look at the experience and gold here now. I mean, look at that. 72 XP and 52 gold for the heal slimes. That is just ridiculous. But yeah, if you go in through here, and I'm just gonna check my map here for you. Do not walk up the stairs here. I'll just use the little arrow to point out. Do not walk up there, because there's gonna be nothing if you go up there. It's just a dead end. All you really need from this path is that strength seed and the 7 gold, so yeah. Now we're just gonna head on back here. We're gonna walk on through this door. And in through here, let me just check. No urns, great. So in through here. And are there any urns here? Yep. Nothing too important here though, I don't think. Medicinal herb, well, important enough for me to get it anyway, or to want to get it. And holy crap, here we have exactly what I talked about before. A lot of frog faces. I'm gonna need to take control of Yankees for this one, because, yeah, we don't want to fight enemies willy-nilly here. We gotta actually strategize a little bit. When there are this many frog faces and you're equipped with a boomerang, the best answer is to just psych up. And we're gonna psych up. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna psych up to 50 on the hero and probably to 20 on Yankees, and he's gonna hit the frog on the far right side. Because, remember, the boomerang deals less damage the further to the right it goes, so yeah. I'm gonna want to have Yankees take out the one to the furthest to the right, basically. And yeah, 20 psych or 20 tension is not gonna be enough. We're gonna need 50, I assure you of that. Ouch, but yeah, see, this is hurting me. This really is hurting me. You know what, we could do this. We are already at 20 tension. Let's use a medicinal herb on ourselves here, and yeah, we'll just wait till the next turn to attack. Ow, oh, come on, dudes. Jesus, these guys, they hurt so much. So yeah, typically it's probably better if you come in here equipped with swords, and if you have leveled up axes, then you can more easily deal with the frogs. But yeah, this is how I have to deal with them, since I went with the boomerang / fisticuff tree. But yeah, now it's time to put on the hurting here. There you go, one of them is out, or dead. And come on. Nice, I thought the one on the far right there would survive, actually. But yeah, see, that is why I wanted Yankees to one-shot one of the frogs, just so that, well, one of them wouldn't, just so that one or two of them wouldn't flip over and kill us, you know. But yeah, that was a really nice experience, and Yankees leveled up, so here we go. And you know what, I'm gonna start putting some points into axes now, but we're still gonna focus on fisticuffs. Ooh, nice amount of gold too. And let's just heal up. We're running low on mana, but we should be fine. We're pretty much through the dungeon. And let's see, we want to go in through here. I think we get the... this is not what I thought it was. Yeah, no, this was just a shortcut. Yeah. So basically you could just walk around here or through that door. That's, yeah, very pointless door if you ask me, but there you go. Yeah, I remember this room. This is the door I thought I was entering just now. And, gosh darn it. Ooh, a new enemy again. Oh, and that's just as well the mini-demon there, or the imp it's called here apparently. The imps are quite strong, and you know what, here. Do this. But yeah, the imps can use a breath of cold air and deal a lot of damage to you. And yeah, they can also try and use some really scary spells. But the funny thing about the imp there is it has 0 mana, so it can't actually cast any spells. So the developers actually just gave the imp a whole bunch of really dangerous spells, which it doesn't have any mana to cast. the thwack spell it just tried to cast is actually an instant kill spell, which would be, well, very overpowered at this point in the game, since we have no resistances to avoid spells like that. Okay, so 2 levels increased to 9, 7 HP, 3 MP, and 3 strength. That is great. And 2 skill points. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do 1 in Boomerang and 1 in Courage. The Courage tree is quite nice for the hero. He gets some really nice support abilities in that tree. And we're actually gonna max that one out. But yeah, for now, Boomerangs and a little bit of Courage. And then we're gonna pivot to Swords. An antidotal herb, not bad. And here, I think we gain our second scale shield for Yangs, actually. Nice. So, we're gonna go ahead and equip Yangus with it, because remember, he's got a leather shield. And actually, don't sell this leather shield. We're gonna need it later. So, I'm just saying that right now. Okay, so let's move on here now. Yeah, I just checked my notes again. Yeah, the further we get into the game, the more I'm gonna have to rely on my notes just to see so I don't miss things. I hope you guys can excuse me for that. Alright, so we beat them. Nice, and yeah, with that, now we have looted every single piece of equipment in this dungeon that I care about anyway. Yeah, the most important items are the Seed of Agility, Seed of Strength, and the Scale Shield there. Once you have gotten those items, you know, even if you have missed some gold or crap like that, it doesn't really matter too much. And let me check the timer here. Yeah, you know what? We have time for this. We have time for this. There's gonna be a cutscene here now.
You! I knew you'd be back for the jewels. You killed my brother. Now you'll suffer the same fate. You're fast. I guess thieves need to be quick on their toes. But you won't get away from me this time. Prepare to die!
Wait! Jessica, it's me. Don't you recognize my voice?
Alistair?
Stay your spell, Jessica. I wasn't slain at their hands.
Stay my spell. But it's too late. Alistair? Alistair? Is that really you?
It's me, Jess. You have to listen to me, as do you travelers. After I died, a part of my soul was allowed to linger in this statue. Even now as I speak to you, the power keeping me here begins to evaporate. Time is short. Look into the statue's eyes. The truth lies within. Hurry! The day I died, the door to the tower was already open. I thought it was strange, so I decided to look around and see for myself. That's when I saw him. Who are you?
Such a pity.
Pity? What are you talking about? Who are you? Answer me!
Me? I am Dulmagus, and I was referring to the fragility of human life.
fragility? What do you mean? My sword. I can't draw my sword.
I said such a pity. A terrible pity that a shining young star like you should chance to encounter me.
What have you done to me? Dolmagus, I won't forget this.
What? You won't forget my name? You're too kind. I shall return the favor and remember yours as well. Now, let us finish this before I feel any more pity.
Dolmagus.
It has been an honor making your acquaintance. You may rest assured, your death will not be in vain.
And now you have seen what the statue saw, my traveling friends. I don't understand it myself, but it seems the statue of Alexandria has been awaiting your arrival. If the memory of my tale can serve you on your quest, it would bring great relief to my soul. My stay here is coming to an end. It's time for us to part.
No! Alistair! Don't leave me!
One final thing, Jess. Mother may try to stand in your way. Nevertheless, follow your heart and do as you must. Farewell, my little sister.
What a tragic affair. There can be no question. This is Dolmagus' treachery.
Cool, blimey!
It would appear that Alistair also wishes us to bring Dolmagus to justice. His sacrifice shall not be in vain. Now, we have yet another reason to stop Dolmagus' foul reign of terror. I shall await you by the carriage.
Yeah, I think the reason Yangus was so surprised there to see King Trode is because typically he doesn't follow inside of dangerous places, but now here he just appears out of nowhere. It's really weird.
Cheerio!
Cheerio! So yeah, that's how Alistair died.
I really must apologize for my behavior. We'll talk more later. But I need to be alone right now. I'll see you back at the village.
Fair enough, and apology accepted. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and cast the evac spell and get out of here. And yeah, I think it's time we shut off the episode here. I think we can do one more thing here. Actually, let's not fight the Wolffish. We'll just run back to town. Yeah, so we're just gonna run back to town here and we'll rest up, and then in tomorrow, or in next week's episode I should say, we'll fight the Buffalo Bill there, the Bullfinch, and hopefully we can get this Copper Monster coin. We should be strong enough now that we have done the Tower of Alexandria and leveled up like twice. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping anyways. And see, here's what I mean. Now that we're not in Fairbury region anymore, and now that we're out fighting at night, see how many enemies are appearing. I don't think there ever appeared 5 enemies at a time, like in Fairbury. And yeah, see, this is what can happen. It is quite dangerous to fight outside at night, because enemies who will put you to sleep, or confuse you, or cast otherwise really annoying spells are gonna appear during nighttime. And this series just, you know, a little taste of what's to come. These enemies are quite tame, even though it's quite a bit harder than it was in Fairbury. Nice. And I gotta say, the +5 attack from the boomerang tree is making a big difference here. Yeah, it's quite nice, I gotta say. When I did my test file, I actually leveled up spears on the hero, but yeah, I ended up thinking I should just go with boomerangs here now in my, you know, quote-unquote YouTube playthrough. So yeah, in the next episode, I will have rested up at the inn, and then I will see you up at the Albert Mansion, where we will talk to Jessica and her mother, and we will advance the plot. And you know what? There we have Bangers. But before we talk to Bangers, let's talk to Yagis here. Right, we better go and tell Bangers that Jessie, or no, Jessica, or whatever her name is alright. Where is that cheeky little squirt got to? Well, he's standing right in front of us, you dingus. Right here. Oh, you're back. You were ages. I was starting to get worried. So where is Jessica? Really? You saw her in the tower. Well, it's not brilliant, but I suppose if she said she was coming back, then that is good enough. Thank you for your help, dude. You were a bit of a pain at first, but you're pretty sound, I suppose. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I asked at the inn if they would be able to put you up for the night. Mash and I put our pocket money together to pay for it, so you better not let it go to waste. That's nice. They actually pay for our inn visit here. But yeah, once again, this episode has been going on for long enough. I'll see you in the next episode next week. And then we will talk to Jessica and her mother and see... Well... Oh, well, here we have this again. Yeah. Yeah. Trode is working on something here whilst you go to sleep. While you stay at an inn. I believe I've shown off that once at least once before, but yeah, he's working on something whilst we're sleeping here. Either way, in the next episode, I'll see you over at the Albert Mansion. Bye for now.